think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Had no need to fight tonight.
What you heard is what you hearing. It's what you hearing. It's what you hearing. Listen.
Oh, PB Doughboy goes for the flash kick onto Hayabusa. He misses the seismic shove, and he's gonna land the two-man tectonic disruption, and barrier means that he's actually gonna be able to pick up a kill by himself. Their guitar throws down the time bomb and forces the Zanya's out. The Dark Gun is finding K-Trillion, but he has a lot of lifesteal. Wow! Bloodthirster coming in. The subject had already expired. Guitars goes down. Quadro kill goes over to the Dark Gun. Might be the go signal for Retribution to start up the Baron as soon as Jack recalls and shows clearing the bomb side. As soon as he recalls, they start off this Baron. It is going to be spotted out by a ward on the side of Team Landsnake. PB Doughboy looking for the steal. They clear out the ward, so he has no vision here. He is going to be stunned up by Temper Fate, however, and Echo Voice throws out Final Spark and steals the Baron! PB Doughboy once again positioning out the side. Temper Fate can come across, Decimating Smash knocks him up. And Echo Voice throws down the... Not again! He steals the Baron again! Final Spark cuts across! But here comes Hecarim, he guts exhaust onto the Ezreal. Oblivious backing away, but here's Trueheart! Trueheart is obliterating the health bars of Team Lansing. He gets them all down. The shutdown onto the Lux.
Don't be begging for your life, cause that's a lost cause. High stakes, body armor, suicide, boy. It's the time for games and it's the time to kill. Make up your mind, baby, cause the time is here. Capital murder, capital letters. Yeah, she catching my vibe, but she can't fathom my cheddar. Need a couple gang members for these new endeavors. From this point on, anything we do together. Body on the corner, million in the trunk.
Oh, where is the camera? Hello? My camera's black. Hello? Whoa. Yep. Nope, I'm just not here.
Huh. That's trippy.
Go back. We're showing them the game. We don't want them to show that.
Huh. Well, we'll figure out the camera thing during the intermission, but I guess you'll just hear our lovely voices instead.
Okay, well, anyways, we are getting ready to get into our first game of Diamond Capped. Again, thank you for watching us here. This is week 2 of the OKLCS. Here we are starting off in Diamond Capped. You'll see that it says GSM versus TRZ up at the top there, but we will not be starting with that game. Instead, we'll be starting with the second game on the left of your screen, which will be Landsnake versus UNLKY. Let me see if I can actually get that to work. I hope we can. Looks like we will be able to. I'll go ahead and switch that matchup here. So it will be Landsnake versus UNLKY. Landsnake on blue side versus what is their thing?
UNLKY.
UNLKY. Landsnake versus UNLKY. Here we go. Go ahead and get started right into that one. There's not much to say about this one. We're just going to go ahead and jump right into the game. Of course, we have Team Landsnake on blue side versus UNLKY on red side. UNLKY, in case anyone didn't know, team formerly featuring Quantum Physics. Landsnake, again, runners-up from last split of the Diamond Capped OKLCS, featuring our very own Jack Loves Lamp.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
So just taking a quick rundown of the team compositions, we have what appears to be more of a siege composition on the side of Team Landsnake. You have the Lux, for a little bit of wave clear. Jace will also amplify that with a little bit of extra wave clear, as well as the poke coming out from those accelerated shock blasts. Caitlyn just to zone people away from towers using those Yordle snap traps. Just have that long range to hit those towers down. On the side of UNLKY, we have some more... I'm not entirely sure what their team composition is supposed to do. They have a lot of physical damage and only magic damage coming in the form of their support Zyra, although we all know how much damage support Zyra can dish out. And apparently, UNLKY were having some internet connection issues during this game. But they do have AD mid, AD top, AD jungler, and an Ezreal in the AD carry position. 2 assassins as well, Zed and Kha'Zix here. So anyway, the reason we will be skipping away from the GSM TRZ game is because we don't actually have that replay available to us right now. We're getting in the process of acquiring that as we speak.
This is why it's important to have LoL replay too. Replay.gg is what a couple of teams have been depending on so far.
Yeah, we tell all the teams that they need to have that. Okay, Jack getting aggressive onto player John. Not going to be any kill pressure just yet, but we'll have a nice trade onto him. So Echoed Voice down 1 level compared to Who Is Dat? Who Is Dat gonna get a nice trade? Thunderlord's proc from the Zed. Zed, one of the assassins with a stronger laning phase, although assassins not particularly in the meta right about now. Mystic DK using that range advantage that the mage supports have over melee supports. Zyra also one of the most aggressive in terms of those range supports. And range supports very much the meta nowadays. We saw almost exclusively range supports in the semi-finals of Worlds this weekend. A lot of Zyra. I even saw some of that Misfortune as a direct counter to Zyra. Bad Cop gonna take a little bit of damage there from Mystic DK. Player John shoving the wave into Jack there, but he is going to take the lesser end of this trade thanks to that Thunderlord's proc. Jack is going to actually take a little bit back, but he does not get the hyper proc. Player John actually going very low, and the flash forward from Jack will secure first blood. He took a lot of minion damage as he hopped back in. So Jack will secure first blood as well as a solo kill onto this Jace. And Echoed Voice being shoved in by Who Is Dat. Gonna try and tank up the minion wave so that his can come out so it doesn't hit the tower. Mystique is gonna get stunned up by the Dazzle there. Take the Piltover Peacemaker, but Tall Guy takes a lot of damage from those plants. Dropped down by Mystic DK. And we're seeing very clearly why these range supports are so meta compared to these tank supports. Zyra gonna have the push advantage compared to Taric, as well as the harass. Forces Tall Guy into a position to CS under tower. It's really not very conducive to him keeping up here. And now they're both gonna get stunned up by those grasping roots. Tall Guy shoots out the Piltover Peacemaker in response. Player John gonna aggress onto Jack, but he goes a little bit hard once again. He's about to go Mega though. Jack out of mana, doesn't really want to go in on this one. He throws down the hyper, or the wallop rather, and he's still very low though. He forced a flash away. PB Doughboy getting jumped on by Weed Plant, who had invaded onto his red buff and stolen it away, waiting in the brush there. Jack no longer has his flash, used it to secure that first blood. Piltover Peacemaker comes across, and there's some harass from Bobby Big Plays. Now up about a minion wave over Tall Guy. Both top laners relatively low here. Have to be very careful not to take any bad trades. Mystic DK continuing to harass the bottom lane of Team Snake. Tall Guy doing a good job keeping up in CS though. Player John now once again shoving into Jack. All three lanes shoving in favor of UNLKY here. Lux not particularly having very good wave push at the beginning of the game. The Lucent Singularity costs so much more mana than it's worth to do minuscule amounts of damage to the minion wave. Oh, Jack finally forced to recall. Gonna try and use some of that first blood gold. Picks up a serrated dirk out of that longsword. Gets some of that flat armor penetration that is so conducive to Jace doing a lot of damage. Picks up an extra longsword and boots. Teleports back to lane. allows Player John to shove in and get a recall of his own. Echoed Voice forced into a second Doran's Ring and the Cloth Armor. Tall Guy moving forward, takes a little bit of harass there from Mystic DK, throws down some Yordle Snap Traps, force him away, but he's taking so much damage from those plants. The support almost 1v1ing. Oh, but Echoed Voice getting jumped on by Who Is That? The exhaust goes down immediately, takes a little bit of damage, but the exhaust secures his escape. Tall Guy gonna get rooted up by Grasping Roots. And Tall Guy flashes forward for it, almost gets the kill, but the Summoner Heal from Bobby Big Plays means that Mystic DK will live. I'm not sure that Piltover Peacemaker would have secured that kill, but really nice auto resets coming out of Tall Guy there, trying to secure those multiple headshots onto him. Although might have been a little optimistic coming out there from Tall Guy. Player John gonna take that Shock Blast, but not accelerated. He does take a little bit of damage from that Thundering Blow. And Bad Cup now alone down here in the bottom lane, trying to CS, but he's still continuing to get harassed down by that Zyra pick. Zyra just so lane dominant in the support position. Bobby Big Plays does have the tier and the cull, a very high, going for a lot of scaling on this Ezreal. He is up about 8 CS over Tall Guy now. Tall Guy will try and make that up as he gets the wave pushed into him. PB Doughboy still only level 5 compared to Wheat Plant, who is now level 6. Sejuani having one of the slower clears in the jungle. And, I mean, I've said it multiple times, I really just don't think Sejuani is very good right now. Bobby Plays puts down some harass onto Tall Guy, who gets the Bastion, throws out Piltover Peacemaker, it's not going to land. Wheat Plant moving on to his own blue buff. He'll gladly take that away, seeing as he requires mana. His mid laner is a Zed, more energy reliant than anything. Tall Guy and Bad Cop just continuing to get harassed by Mystic DK on this Zyra. Now Mystic DK just securing his position in the lane very far forward, zones away the bottom lane of Team SNEK completely away from the CS. Piltover Peacemaker is being used to try and push him away. Light Binding is going to land onto Who Is That, but Echoed Voice very low on mana, and he's going to get jumped on. The Ignite goes down, Deathmark as well, and Who Is That flashes forward. Echoed Voice is going to go down, solo kill over to him. PB Doughboy doesn't even have level 6, he's down 3 levels to Who Is That, throws down the Smite, but he's not going to be able to secure this kill. He's gonna actually have to flash away because Kha'Zix and Zyra are coming up behind him. Jack, meanwhile, jumping on a Player John. He does get another solo kill over to himself, but Wheat Plant picks up PB Doughboy. Arcane Shift away by Bobby Big Plays away from that Dazzle. And there we, like, exactly that. Sejuani just such a useless champion very early on into the game, even late into the game. She just doesn't offer the same amount of utility, the same amount of damage that other junglers are capable of doing. Wheat Plant jumped onto Jack, but I don't think he really wanted this one. Teleport coming in from Player John. Bad Cop going for the Dazzle. He's going to be sidestepped away from Bobby Big Plays. Alright, Tall Guy moving forward, aggressing onto Mystic DK, but the plants are going to zone away his support, meaning that he has to back away too. Less DB 2v1 by Mystic DK, but he's doing a lot of damage onto Bobby Big Plays, who Arcane Shifts to have Mystic DK block the ace in the hole. That was a really nice trade coming out of Tall Guy onto Bobby Big Plays there. Has the BF sword already. His trade potential is significantly higher. Wheat Plant forced to very carefully take away that red buff lest he be executed. And Player John now shoving into this top lane here. Echoed Voice handed off his blue buff. Player John going for the very standard Frozen Mallet after out of the Jarl's Fist with PB Doughboy here ready to gank him up, but there's no support from his top laner. He's going to slow up Player John here, but he's going to take a very low by these hyper procs from Player John. The Glacial Prison freezes up Player John, flashes away out of it from that accelerated Shock Blast. Jack throws down another one, but Player John hides behind the minions. PB Doughboy is actually still here, however. Arctic Assault is not going to land. He's just going to hop over his own minion. But here's Who Is That? Who death marks right onto PB Doughboy. The pop not even used to secure that kill. Jack now in a 2v1, but he's very high. He's very afraid to go in 2v1, though. Can easily get bursted, but the Shock Blast will pick up Who Is That? Player John now running for his life. He's about to go Mega, but he's going to go down beforehand. Jack with a double kill in a 2v1. Granted, PB Doughboy absorbed the majority of the brunt of the abilities of the other two. But now, Jack with a 4-kill advantage over his lane opponent. It's going to be up to him to push Team Landsnake to victory now. Who is that with a good roam? Echoed Voice shoved the wave into tower, but he's still down about 20 CS. Lux having a really rough time CSing against the push from Zed and the difficulty it is to stay alive against such a champion. Alright, Bobby Big Play is going to get jumped on by the bottom lane of Team Landsnake. The Dazzle did go wide, predicting the Arcane Shift backwards. But now they're going to get jumped on by Mystic DK. They're going to root up Bad Cop. Here comes the Cosmic Radiance, and Mystic DK forced to jump away. PB Doughboy comes in with the Arctic Assault, flashed away from Mystic DK, but Tall Guy just used his 90 caliber net. Here comes Weed Plant. He goes for stealth, flashes away from Tall X Guy. Exhaust goes down. PB Doughboy jumps away, and the teleport came down from Jack to secure the escape of his teammates. Mystic DK really low, but Weed Plant did quite a bit of burst damage onto Tall Guy as he came in. But now here comes Who Is That on the roam as well. Echoed Voice going into the top lane to hold against player John, who is now shoving as a result of Jack roaming or teleporting into the bottom lane. Jack throwing out Shock Blast through Fog of War. But Who Is That is behind them. They didn't realize he was there. Mystic DK throws out the Grasping Roots, does not hit anyone. He goes on to Jack, and he's going to go down. Shut down over to Weed Plant, actually, and now Bad Cop running away. Members of Landsnake aggressing too far forward into the jungle of the enemy team without any vision in that area. Yeah, vision in the river, firmly in control of Unlucky right about now. Player John gonna get the Hyper Proc on Echoed Voice before jumping away. Echoed Voice just doing his best to clear the waves. And now we're gonna have Unlucky starting off this Dragon. Kha'Zix, one of the better champions, we're taking Dragon, but PB Doughboy jumps in. He's got 2-level deficit in terms of smite power compared to Weed Plant. He throws on Glacial Prison, and he's gonna try and take out Weed Plant before he goes down. He will secure that kill before he goes down, but Who Is That secured the kill onto Tall Guy over the backside of the wall, jumped into the pit, and secured that kill onto PB Doughboy as well. Jack moving forward, aggressing onto Player John. Player John hops away, or crunches away rather. That's the ability name when he's Mega Gnar. Player John still very hesitant to try and face up against Jack right now. Jack still 4 kills up. He has a Yomu's Ghostblade finished as well as those tier 2 boots. Frozen Mallet still yet to be completed on the side of Player John. And Weed Plant has picked up his Warrior Enchant, has picked up his Tiamat as well, compared to only the Cinderhulk finished for PB Doughboy. Sejuani significantly behind in terms of gank pressure, in terms of farm, and now Bad Cop gonna get rooted up by Grasping Roots. Who Is That does not feel like jumping onto the Taric right about now, just gonna secure that pink ward for himself. And Weed Plant gonna secure his own blue buff. Bobby Big Play's going for the Trinity Force build after he's finished his Tear of the Goddess. Gonna be doing quite a bit of damage. Echoed Voice taking a lot of damage. Who Is That? Goes for the Death Mark. The Ignite goes down. Exhaust as well. He's gonna get jumped in by Arctic Assault as well as the Light Binding. He's gonna go down to the tower, but he did secure the kill onto Echoed Voice before going down. Stranglethorns comes out, and here's the jungler. Tall Guy throws down... No, I'm sorry. Bad Cop throws down Cosmic Radiance. They're invincible right about now, but Bobby Big Plays gonna take the ace in the hole. No! Mystic DK blocks it up as Weed Plant goes in for the kill onto Tall Guy. Bad Cop unable to save his AD carry. The Dazzle on cooldown. The Cosmic Radiance had already expired. And PB Doughboy once again just too late to the party. He might get jumped on here by Weed Plant. He's a little tankier than some of his previous prey, but still in no position to be dueling against Weed Plant right now. Bad Cop moves forward! Why would you do that? You saw the Kha'Zix right there! You had no minions, no teammates, you were isolated. Bad Cop just hands over a free kill onto Weed Plant. I don't even know why the support would be moving out to pick up that CS anyway. Just, the risk is so much greater than the potential reward from that decision, and PB Doughboy gonna find Weed Plant here. He's gonna Arctic Assault into him, but he's isolated once again. He misses the Glacial Prison. Weed Plant's gonna secure another kill. Now Echoed Voice is the one alone here. Weed Plant does not have the level 11, so he does not have the second jump, but Who Is That comes in. secure his escape. Player John gnars Jack away, but not into the stun. The To the Skies does a lot of damage, but Mystic DK is here as well. Grasping Roots goes down on the Jack, and Jack takes a lot of damage on Mystic DK. Not enough to secure the kill. Shock Blast missed, and Echoed Voice is going to get jumped on by 2 assassins right about now. Weed Plant ready to hop over the wall. Yeah, there it is. He's going to go down. Thunderlord's proc, and there's the death mark, and Echoed Voice goes down. Easy kill over to the mid laner of Unlucky. And now Player John, as a result of Jack forced to recall, is going to secure that top lane tower. And Bobby Big Plays goes for the True Shot Barrage. It's an easy solo kill onto Tall Guy. Tall Guy just having no vision of that brush. And PB Doughboy getting jumped on by Mystic DK and Weed Plant, who are invading aggressively into his side of the jungle now. They have absolutely no pressure. 3 lanes getting pushed in. PB Doughboy on this very farm-oriented jungler. And Unlucky just has too many advantages to, like, just by virtue of champion select. Even Jack, who was winning his lane, had the significantly wow! Mystic DK taking a lot of damage there, but he's knocked over the wall by Thundering Blow as Weed Plant hops over, tags him in, and they secure the kill onto Jack. Jack not quite having enough damage to secure that kill onto the support of Unlucky. So Tower First Blood over to Unlucky. Unlucky with a 6.4k gold lead already at this point in the game. And now Player John rotated into the mid lane to help this push. PB Doughboy gonna get jumped on by Weed Plant. Arctic Assaults to interrupt the dash, but it doesn't matter. And Player John zoning Echoed Voice away from the tower so that they pick up their second of the game, 2-0 now. 1 dragon up as well. Alright, Dazzle is not going to catch Mystic DK, who will catch the members of Landsnake with the Grasping Roots. And here's Who Is That off the side. Our True Shot Barrage, and the Mystic DK will secure that kill. Bad Cop gets the Cosmic Radiance for just a little bit longer before he goes down to some Shadow Slashes. And Mystic DK throws out the Grasping Roots, not going to land out there. Who Is That moving forward? He still has Deathmark available. Player John here to back him up as well. Jack just on the wrong side of this fight, can't go in to support his team. And now they're continuing to zone away the members of Landsnake so they can secure this tower. Echoed Voice finally will get in range, but not enough damage to secure any of that CS. And now Jack now is the one getting jumped on. The Deathmark goes down. He jumps back, and the Deathmark will be enough to secure it with the help of those auto attacks from Player John. True Shot Barrage, not rather the Light Binding, and the final Spark will secure the kill into Mystic DK. But Bobby Big Plays successfully kiting away PB Doughboy. Weed Plant coming in as well. And Who Is That off the backside? Light Binding will find Weed Plant. Bad Cop not going to have the Dazzle ready for him. And Weed Plant will be able to walk away from this one 2 levels up over PB Doughboy. And the Sejuani pick just absolutely not working out. Team Landsnake really need to expand their jungle champion pool. Because Sejuani just not good in the meta, not good compared to so many of the other junglers available to be picked up. Alright, so 4 members of Landsnake here. Jack ready with the teleport. Player John a little isolated from his team. He's going to hop away, but PB Doughboy is continuing to get kited. The Frozen Mallet doing absolute work, as well as those Hyper Procs. Now Player John throws out the Gnar, but he doesn't catch anyone with it. That's a big team fight ultimate, but Bobby Plays throws out the True Shot Barrage. PB Doughboy almost goes down. Weed Plant is going to jump forward with the Yomu's proc and almost secure the kill on the Echoed Voice. The Summoner Heal comes out to save his life, and now he's in the middle of no man's land under the tower. Who Is That secures a kill onto Jack, but not before Mystic DK goes down. Tall Guy flashes away, but the Deathmark will secure the kill. Player John very low, but able to secure his escape. Double kill over to Who Is That. 4 for 1 in favor of Unlucky. They're going to pick up an Infernal Drake to go on top of their previous dragon. So Weed Plant will secure it. Nice isolation damage coming out from Kha'Zix onto these neutral objectives. Bobby Big Plays with the completed Trinity Force, the completed Monomune right about now. And all members of Landsnake basically behind, even Jack now, just because of the global gold deficit. is not going to be able to make too much happen unless they get a lot of poke down beforehand. Who is that going to be face checked into by Bad Cop? But he's in the middle of 4 members of Landsnake now. He has to flash over living shadows away. Who is that running for his life? And Jack is going to be able to secure the kill with those auto attacks. Mystic DK gonna get stunned up by Glacial Prison. Bad Cop throws out Cosmic Radiance just in time to save Echoed Voice from going down. Weed Plant now in the middle of them. He's gonna do a lot of damage. A Player John flashes in for the wallop, and Jack will go down to Mystic DK. Echoed Voice trying to do what he can over the side of the wall, but Bobby Blaze throws out the True Shot Barrage and is gonna secure the killing spree with the kill onto Echoed Voice. And now Bad Cop by himself is gonna go down to some more auto attacks eventually. Yes, Player John will secure the kill with that boomerang. Another 3-for-1 in favor of Unlucky. They have complete control in terms of vision over this side of the jungle. They may look for Baron next. Tall Guy by himself, pushing in the bottom lane, will be answered by the teleport of Player John. Player John about to go Mega. He really wants to look for Tall Guy right about here. He's going to gnar him into the wall, get the wall up proc, and he's going to throw in some boulders, but Tall Guy doing his best to kite. He's going to get taken down. The Frozen Mallet slow, just too strong. Tall Guy really needed to play a little bit more carefully there, but Echoed Voice getting jumped on by 2 assassins gets instantly deleted by Weed Plant jumping in. And now PB Doughboy now getting jumped on. The red buff stolen away by the execute of Weed Plant. He's going to get the support of Bad Cop, however, dodges away from the Dazzle. Weed Plant forced to back away, but just so much more pressure coming out of Weed Plant on this Kha'Zix compared to PB Doughboy on Sejuani. Now Player John will jump onto Bad Cop here. He's going to wallop him up. He's going to get stunned up by Dazzle under tower, however. He's very tanky. Jack now jumping onto Weed Plant. He's going to do a lot of damage. Shuts him down immediately. PB Doughboy Arctic Assaults onto Player John, who's getting jumped on now. But he's going to kite away with that movement speed from the Hyper. Ace in the hole will do a lot of damage, but not enough to secure the kill on the Mystic DK. Final Spark will go out, but misses apparently. PB Doughboy getting jumped on by 2 members of them. Bobby Big Play's gonna get caught by Arctic Assault, but Mystic DK with the side, grasping roots. Bobby Big Play's going for the auto attacks, and the Thunderless Spark from Mystic DK will secure it. 8. Deathmark secures the kill onto Jack, and now Tall Guy getting jumped on by Bobby Big Plays. Echoed Voice has to back away now. He's gonna get the shield from Bastion, but now it's a 2v3 with 2 very behind members of Team Landsnake up against a lot of damage. Who is that? Almost just takes out Echoed Voice there. Echoed Voice forced to back away, and they're probably gonna have to give up this tower. Bobby Big Plays making a lot of damage come out. Yeah, and this tower is basically gone. It's gonna go over to Unlucky, putting them 4 towers to 0. And Jack feels the need to go for a little bit of a tankier build now. PB Doughboy goes for the Glacial Prison onto Mystic DK. Final Spark will secure that kill. And they just get a pick onto the support of Unlucky as he came in low. Player John jumps into 3 members of Team Landsnake, but who is that there to back him up? But Jack doing a lot of damage. Deathmark was not off cooldown. Who is that? Just gets secured by Jack now with a double kill. 9, 6, and 0 has almost all of the kills on his team, but not comparable to the lead that the other lanes of Unlucky. Alright, so Jack and Echoed Voice find Weed Plant, but not able to secure any CC onto him to take him out. So vision control has been re-established for Team Landsnake, at least in their own side of the jungle. But what can they do? They can't take any fights. They're down 12.5k gold, 5 towers to 0, 2 dragons to 0. Deficits in almost all of their positions. Jack the shining hope for Team Landsnake right about now, but even he has gone down 6 times already in these fights. the best thing that they can do right now is just have all of their team group up, start using their composition to siege, and hope that they can avoid getting engaged on. Oh, but who is that? Jumps on the Jack from Fog of War, and Weed Plant just secures the kill with the hop in. Now they're in trouble. Mystic DK lands a root onto the AD carry. He's gonna get Cosmic Radiance to survive some of that damage. Or who is that? Jumps in. There's a lot of damage going down. Echoed Voice is gonna go down to the death mark. No, he's actually gonna get picked up by Weed Plant, who picks up a lot of resets, just jumping all over the place, and they get an easy, clean ace for Unlucky, and they're moving on to this Baron. Weed Plant just doing so much damage. The Glacial Prison wasn't even used in that fight. PB Doughboy just unable to find any position. And again, the problem with Sejuani, her CC is just not reliable enough. It's just not worth the deficit you're forced to put your teams into. The damage just not worth it. It has to already be snowballing for a Sejuani to have any meaningful impact in a game. So Baron does go over to the side of Unlucky. Weed Plant secures the enemy red buff, but Jack is here. He's gonna miss the accelerated shock blast, gonna jump onto Weed Plant though, but he gets taken down a lot of damage. True Shot Barrage and the Dust Blade of Drakthar means that Jack will actually be the one going down there. Tall Guy now in the middle of 3 members. What was he thinking there? Spent way too much time there. He had the pink ward, but they knew he was there. It's just so easy to get collapsed on by members of Unlucky moving into that jungle, which is basically theirs now. PB Doughboy gonna jump in on a player jump, but that's all their CC, and Echoed Voice is gonna go down Weed Plant, and who is that jumping right onto him? The reset from Weed Plant, just doing so much damage. And now they pick up this first mid inhib tower. It's gonna go down. They're gonna secure the mid lane inhib as Bobby Big plays recalls to pick up some more damage. Finishes off that Blade of the Ruined King. And now they rotate down to this bottom one. They get the bottom lane inhib tower. They're gonna secure the bottom lane inhib surely right about now. Player John just so menacing with the lead, and Tall Guy taking a lot of damage there. Player John continuing to aggress onto him, just autos him to death. The second inhib of the game will go down in favor of Unlucky. Team SNEK have not even picked up a single tower. And Jack going for the Randuin's Omen, seeing as the full physical damage team of Unlucky, but it's not going to matter. Weed Plant picks him up. He's going to jump right back out. True Shot Barrage comes across, and PB Doughboy just not tanky enough. Weed Plant goes very low, but it's not going to be enough to secure the kill onto him. Mystic DK gonna catch the light binding, but it's not enough. Echoed Voice throws out that Zanyas to survive, but he will make it back into the fountain. And now Unlucky just playing with Team SNEK as they hide under the fountain. Tall Guy gonna get the Cosmic Radiance invincibility. They pop the Guardian Angel of Player John, but it's hardly gonna matter. Player John goes Mega, throws out the Gnar, and they secure the kill onto Bad Cop. Tall Guy getting jumped on by Bobby Big plays. Mystic DK will actually be the one to secure that kill. And Echoed Voice just unable to do anything here. And now, who is that going to channel his recall a few times before they finally move on to these Nexus towers, autoing them down, adding some CS stats. PB Doughboy goes for the Flash Arctic Assault, and the Shock Blast will secure the kill onto Mystic DK, but Weed Plant now doing so much damage. Who is that? Jumps onto Jack. Death Mark is gonna not be enough to secure the kill. But Bobby Big plays still a menace. Weed Plant's also gonna come in, jumps onto PB Doughboy, gets the reset, flashes forward, jumps onto Jack, jumps back out of tower range, double kill over to Weed Plant as they auto these final Nexus towers down. They're gonna focus down the Nexus, and it is going to be the game. Well, not just yet. Bad Cop is gonna get taken out one last time, and it will be the game. And wow, Weed Plant able to jump in, secure the kill on Tall Guy before jumping back out. It will be the game in favor of Unlucky. Very one-sided game. 0 dragons, 0 towers in favor of Team SNEK. Just completely outclassed this game. So anyways, that particular series did actually go to a game 3, which is what we saw just now. Camera's still apparently not working for me. We'll see about fixing that in the interlude. Anyways, that game did go to Game 3. That was Game 3 that we just saw. We're going to be taking a short break before we get into the next game of the night. It will be Retribution versus Full New Win. We hope to see you in just a few minutes for that game. Thanks for watching.